I guess what interested me in Virginia, and I guess why I keep coming back here, even though I keep going other places for school, is just the amount of different questions you can answer, and you can ask, and the amount of history and really the amount of interest, I guess, in Virginia in sort of the questions of the 18th century of colonialism, um, and consumerism, and this sort of changeover into a more consumer based world, and the United States as a whole. Um, it's certainly not the only place where these things happened or sites like this are, but it is a place where a lot of interest from a lot of people for a very long time has focused, and so it's a good place to be. It's a good place to present things. It's a place where people will come and specifically ask you, people who are interested from all over America and the world, to ask you about what happened here. So I guess that's really what brought me here, just as well as the same interest and excitement. So I have recently been elected to the position of newsletter editor. So I will be serving that position for the next 2 years, taking over from Eric Probsting, who has been very good about making my transition very easy into that position, including putting out a newsletter during my during the beginning of my tenure, making it look like I'm doing a really great job, which is very very nice of them to do. I think what has been obviously I have just beyond just being involved generally with CoVA. I just this is my first position on executive board or even on any of the any committee. Um, but what I've enjoyed so far is really that connection with the broader archaeology community. I think we can get a little bit, obviously you do your job, you're being paid to think about one particular place, and particularly at a place like Colonial Williamsburg, there's a very strong focus on one particular place, if not one particular site or building or whatever. So it's nice to really be part of, be reminded that we're part of a community. Archaeologists are a group in Virginia that does a lot of things and are interested in a lot of things, and have a lot of things that, if they might not affect us specifically in where we work or our time periods of interest, but they do affect archaeology in general, and that's something that we need to think about together and come together to come up with a solution to problems or reaction to events. Um, so, I think that's been the most rewarding part for me, has just been that connection. Well, in my expert opinion, having long served as an executive board member, I think that I think it's CoVA's sort of founding principle and continued main goal is to help support archaeologists in all ways that archaeologists want to be supported. In terms of helping them reach out to the communities that they are interested in reaching out to, help providing being providing useful resources and connections, and a place to talk with other people, other archaeologists, and understand how other people are dealing with a lot of the same problems you are, or comparable ones. Um, so that's sort of how CoVA has acted, and how it should continue in the future. We try to be as active as possible on social media. We have a Facebook page that is probably our most often updated public facing thing. Try to put blog posts relatively often on Colonial Williamsburg's website. That, of course, coming by and stopping by. We always love to see people and have them show them around at all the things that we're finding. But yeah, I would say that most of our public outreach is focused on Facebook right now.